You know, the thing about that is good luck to John Lydon, of course, obviously. You start getting into conversations. We've got Matt Goss here, of course. Hello.
Morning, Matt.
Hello, good morning.
About what you were in that era.
Yeah.
It was too young.
Do you mean in the punk era?
In the punk era,
Yeah.
did you go punk? Did you go, you know, what
When I was a kid, I was ska. I was totally into ska. So the Specials, when Terry left, I was in tears. I mean, he was a massive influence. He was like the Specials for me, with that band that got you out of the house and got you into the clubs and the school discos. And
So that would have been when you were, what, 9 or 10 or something like that? You'd have been...
no, about 43, 44. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it was just, that was the band for us, I think, was the ska, then New Romantics, you know, Duran Duran and...
Can I just ask you, you know, we were talking about Eurovision then,
Right.
and John Lydon thinking what he's doing, he's trying to be a... Was there ever something that crossed your path any time in your career?
I mean, I've been asked a few times. I'd love to write something for it. I'd love to be part of that process and to put, you know, every artist has got so many songs. So I'd love to be able to put a song forward for it, I think.
Might that happen?
I hope so.
Oh, there we
Put it out
go.
there. It's from the BBC. It's out there now.
You put it out there now.
Yeah.
Are you writing as much as you are performing?
I write all the time.
But for other people, not just
Yeah,
for
I've
you?
written for like TV shows like So You Think You Can Dance in America, #1 show. I did the theme song. I did all the way back to Stuart Little, Kerry Hilson, Akon. I've written for many, many artists, yeah. I guess it doesn't get spoken about very often.
And do you put yourself out there, or do they come to you? I suppose it's a balance now, but when you first... Because you would have been known as, like, a performer.
Right.
You know, from Goss and you know, and then on the stage shows. But are you known in the industry as someone like people go to have things written?
I think more in America, yeah. I've worked with, you know, incredible people like Polo the Don and stuff like that, really, you know, more the R&B soul kind of stuff in America. But yeah, I love to co-write. I love to collaborate. It's the most exciting thing for me. I prefer collaborating than writing by myself.
Do you ride horses? Because you look like you've got one tethered up outside for when you leave Media City.
Well, you know, I figured that because you don't lower the barriers here, and me being here many times, and it was raining, I'm not going to wear a nice three-piece suit like I usually do. But it's nice. I've been touring. I feel more relaxed, and I've been meeting everybody around the country, and it's just been beautiful. And
tell us about working with an orchestra.
Yeah.
Because I know you're expanding your sound, and now you've got a whole orchestra.
Yeah, well, I've got a 15-piece big band, probably the best big band in Britain. They play with Hans Zimmer. It's an incredible big band with the Royal Philharmonic together, 30+ musicians on stage. And I just, with my 11-year residency in Las Vegas, Caesar's Palace, that kind of energy, that's the swagger, and just, you know, a little bit boozy and just a good fun night out. I just want people to come to the tour, bring their fabulous, meet new friends, you know.
What will they hear?
They're going to hear my hits. They're going to hear songs I've fallen in love with. I'm going to pepper it in with certain songs from Cole Porter, because I think it's my obligation as a songwriter as well to shine light on incredible talent like Cole Porter, and I just want to be able to make everything I've learned over the years and put it on stage. A big sound.
I Owe You Nothing. Is that going to be performed on stage?
I Owe You Nothing, Swing.
With Philharmonic and the band? And...
I played that song every night, or 4 nights a week in Las Vegas.
But in Vegas, I can see it. But
yeah.
I can't. I'd love to.
That's why you should come.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's a big sound.
But it's a song that kind of seems in the memory pop.
We've been playing it, a blues version of it, and it really, a hit is a hit. You can deconstruct it, and then you put ba-da ba-da ba boom 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 boom. And it's like really, you can really bring it into that Motown space, almost the James Brown space, and just make it really, really energized.
So Matt, what I want to know is, so you were describing the scene you set with, you've got this fantastic sound, and playing all this cool music from your Vegas set. You've had an extraordinary career. How does, compare and contrast a gig you're doing now with the people who are coming and the vibe around that with the maddest of mad days when you're performing in Bros? Because it was quite extreme what happened in those days, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Bros days for me were incredible. Like, you go to Australia, you know, millions and millions of people around the world, you know, 9.5 million albums on the first album. But you have to understand, you know, Wembley Stadium is in part of my DNA, but when you're playing and you're a headline in Las Vegas, you're more aware in a way, because you're a man and you're more aware of what's going on real time. You know, it's not wide-eyed and all hitting you in the face at once. You're actually very conscious, and it's an incredible experience to be able to elevate an audience in America, where my granddad used to say, son, go to Las Vegas. And
Does that feel
I thought,
important somehow?
very important to
So
me.
you've skipped over the Bros bit of that equation of how it was performing in front of people then, your fans then. What was that like?
It was, I mean, I remember saying the Wembley Stadium gig, for example, I was so kind of out of breath for the whole show because it was so, 77,000 people, and you're just like, I couldn't believe we did 15 consecutive Wembleys. So we were at Wembley for a month. So it was awe-inspiring, and as I said, it's still part of my DNA. That the fans have been incredible to me, and so has the British public. I've just moved back from America, and I've been, as I say, touring the UK, and I've been received so very, very well, with so much warmth, and I needed that as a man, not just as an artist.
Well, Strictly would have helped that, wouldn't it?
Strictly was definitely a very quick. I had to wake up real quick, and it was like, Matt, you're back in the public eye. It's a very big show, and I love the Viennese waltz with Nadia. It's my favourite dance, but it was good because it got me out of my comfort zone, and I just feel I'm so happy I'm back home.
Well, you're back now. You're back in your happy place with the tour.
Yeah, I am. I can't tell you how happy I was to get a microphone back in my hand after dancing. Yeah.
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 It's like getting back an old pair of slippers, just your happy comfort.
Yeah. It was like, oh, thank you. Yeah, I know exactly what to do with this.
We'll let you get back on your horse and leave the building,
all right.
Which would be good. Lovely to see you here this morning. And the show, I mean, it sounds fantastic. And, a full-on orchestra and the band you've got and whatever. Sounds really good.
Thank you so much. Much
Thank
love.
you. Love to see you.